Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss about the feature selection using the embedded method. In my previous video I had discussed about the wrapper method. So what is the main disadvantage with the wrapper method? As you know, in the wrapper method we select the combinations of the features. Let there are xn features. So we have to perform the n iterations and for the forward and the backward selection. Okay, in each iterations we have to select the combinations. In the first iteration I will select the one variable combination, in the second iteration I will select the two variable combination, and same for n variable, then n minus one variable for the backward selection. And the exhaustive feature selection we use all the permutation of the combination. So in each iterations we have to perform the model training for each combinations of the variable. So that's why this will takes lots of time. And second, it is a very expensive. It is a computationally very expensive. Right? These are the two main disadvantages with the wrapper method. But advantage is that it perform well. Right, it perform well. We can use when we have a less data. If there are many features in our data set, then we avoid to use the wrapper method. Then we prefer to use the filter method or the embedded method. So to overcome the wrapper method problem, we can use the embedded method. Main advantage of the wrapper method is that it is a very faster like filter method, right? Because all the things are happening during the model training, and it is more accurate than filter method, right? And in this model training they find the subset of the feature which have the more importance, so those subset of the features are selected and remaining are the rejected. And also these are less prone to overfitting, because if you see the wrapper method can introduce the overfitting, right? But these method, embedded method, are less prone to overfitting. Now question comes, how do we perform the feature selection using these method? So there are basically two mechanisms. First one is your regularization and second one is your tree based mechanism. So we normally use these two mechanisms to perform the embedded method. Feature selection using the regularization. So in the regularization, as I have already discussed in my regularization video, that regularization is used to overcome the overfitting. What is the overfitting? Overfitting is that if this is your least square line and these all are your training data, we can say, it means during the model training our model capture all of the training data. It means it is memorizing the things. But when we use some unseen data, like this is your unseen data, in that case it will not perform better because there are lots of error in the testing data. There are lots of error with the testing data. So we can say during the training we have less error, during the testing we have the large error. Let here we have MSE is equal to 1, here MSE is equal to, we can say, 200. So there is a large gap, it means large variance, and large variance introduce the overfitting. This is called as a overfitting. So to overcome this problem we use the regularization. Why use this regularization? We introduce the penalty. How does it work? It use this particular line, this least square line. So that's why there will be less error in the testing data. It means it will more generalized as compared to this particular line, right? So that's why this particular, if you see here, this particular thing is the penalty. Earlier we have this line, now we have this line. So this is the penalty is introduced by the regularization. So if you see here, there are three types of the regularization: lasso, ridge and elastic net. So we use lasso regression or L1 regularization for the feature selection. How does it work? If you see here, this is the formula of the lasso regression with penalty. If you see here, this particular thing is the MSE, and we are introducing the penalty, and penalty term is your lambda multiplied by absolute value of the slope. If we have the multiple linear regression, in that case this would be like summation I is equal to 1 to n, and we can say x1 plus x2 plus x3 and so on. So what happens, if you see here, what is the equation of the linear regression? Beta 1 plus beta 1 x1 plus beta 2 x2 beta 3 x3 and so on, right? So by using this particular penalty, we handle these particular coefficient. These are all your slopes, right? So these all are your handled by this particular lambda, right? As we increase the lambda, our slope, or we can say coefficient, become 0 as we increase the value of the lambda. It means as we increase the value of the lambda, those variables which have the less significance during the prediction, for those coefficient value, those variables which are less significance, okay, and as we increase the lambda value, then the coefficient of these variables, let's see, these variables become 0. It means beta 1 beta 2 will be 0, and these have the more significance, so that's why this will not be 0. So our final equation will be beta 1, we can say beta 3 x3 and so on. So these two variables will be 0 by using the regularization. So in this way, during the model training with the help of regularization, we can remove those features which are less significance in the prediction by making the coefficient equal to 0. So let's check how we can perform the feature selection using the regularization. So here I am gonna import these particular libraries, right? If you see here, these all are your classification algorithm: random forest, logistic regression and KNN, and this is for the select from model. This I will use to select the feature selection. I will show you how we can use this particular method. So let me import this. So here I am using the Boston data set, okay, and this is your X and this is your Y. Now these all are your columns, it means input variable, right? I am doing the train test split here. Now if you see here, I am applying the lasso linear regression, it means this particular lasso regression, so that we can make the coefficient equal to 0 for those variables which have the less significance in the prediction. So that's why I had imported this logistic regression and lasso. If you see here, I am using the lambda equal to 0.1 alpha, this is your lambda value, and now I am creating the object. Now I am training our model with the help of fit object. Now if you see the coefficient, right, our model has been trained. Now there should be some coefficient which should be 0 if those have the less significance in the prediction. So let's check. For that I am creating a one data frame corresponding variable of this particular coefficient. So by using this we can visualize easily. If you see here, this nitrogen oxide, the coefficient is 0 for this particular feature. It means this particular feature has a less significance in the model prediction. That's why the coefficient is 0 for this variable. So let's visualize this. If you see here, corresponding 0 feature coefficient, it means this particular nitrogen oxide, this particular, right? We can easily visualize this and we can easily check. Now we can also check with the help of bar graph. If you see here, this is the we can say 0 line, 0 coefficient line, and if you see here, these are some variables where the coefficient is almost equal to 0. So we can neglect these particular variables. So this way we can perform the feature selection using the regularization. So today I have covered the feature selection using the embedded method, where I have discussed regularization, how we can use these algorithms to perform the embedded method.